Now, the Clink Awards has noted some changing trends in wine tourism and the wine industry. Can you tell us what those changing trends are?
Well, I think it's a lot of food tourism. I think if you look at the growth of the amount of artisanal produce the wineries are doing, the delis, there's a big growth in delis, restaurants, celebrity chefs, that very much, and wine lovers and food, it's just a natural pairing.
Well, it's not only about the wine anymore. You have to have that gourmet restaurant on site, don't you?
Or a bistro. There's so many different styles. To picnics, there's a lot of, it's very food centric because of the food and wine marriage. And now throw in tourism. And also there's been a big growth. Fitness is more of a lifestyle. It's a given. So the wineries now are looking at that market because they've got the land. So bicycle tracks, horse trails, running tracks, using that land and attracting a broader based consumer market. So after they've worked up a sweat, they can go and enjoy wine and lunch. And also from a winery brand building, it's a no-brainer.
Yeah. In your opinion, why has the wine industry taken this turn? Because it's very recent that they're really offering an experience rather than just offering wine.
Well, it's actually been happening a very, very long time, but it's been an exponential growth in the last 10 years. And we've produced a book called the Wine Tourism Handbook, which from inception to now, we're not an emerging market, it's actually happening. It's now developing our consumer base to say, these are the offerings, how do we get more people? It's not we're building attractions or the wineries are building, it's established. It's now to take it to that next step, to say, okay, well, how do we get more wine lovers to come out? And also from a tourism perspective, it's a big, big product offering. It's a big, wine tourism is a big contributor to the GDP. So now it's to really look at holistically, how does this vehicle, from a marketing perspective, engage with more wine lovers, which means more wine sales, more bums and beds. So it really is a great generator all around, tourism, wine, and consumer engagement.
Now, are we seeing more international tourists coming to South Africa for wine tourism, going to the winelands, or is it still very much locally driven?
Well, I think it's a growing percentage of internationals.
Okay.
So I think predominantly there aren't any real stats.
Yeah.
So I think from now it's to really look at it from an industry perspective and get statistics that they can actually use to market from an industry perspective.